Hi everybody, this is Jennifer and welcome to my channel Narcissist. I am so happy to have you here. If you would please subscribe to my channel, and if you see something here that might be helpful for someone else, please like and share. I would really appreciate it. I have not been doing videos as of late because I've actually been quite busy with the quarantining. I've been watching my grandson full time. So I do apologize that I have been away, but I have been thinking about the channel quite a bit. And so I was working on some things on Facebook tonight and decided that I was gonna get on and try to do a video for YouTube as well. I'm not really prepared to talk about anything, but I usually am not, and I just talk about the narcissism and kind of go with it. But I thought that I would just talk to you guys and see how you're doing. I know this is a difficult time with people being quarantined to their homes. So many of you are, as well as I, in my state, and I haven't been able to work, and I'm not allowed to go back to work until May the 1st, and I'm really missing it and looking forward to going back and hoping that May the 1st we will all be able to go back. Being quarantined has been difficult, but I've tried to stay grounded and be grateful for the time and try to just stay busy as much as I can with different things that I've got going on. It has given me a little more time for some other things that I needed to take care of. And so it's also Easter weekend, and I know that that's going to be a little different for all of us because we're having to stay in. So I want to say happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter. I'm super excited about it being Easter weekend. I love Easter, and so I'm going to be doing, I usually go to church, you know, I have a church that I go to here where I live, and it's live streamed, thank goodness, and I will be watching that on Sunday and supporting the church, and also just, you know, doing what I normally do and celebrating and just being grateful and thankful. I hope that your family is doing okay and your friends. And if you are on the front lines in any way, no matter what that is, I want to thank you so much. I want to say that you are our heroes and you are appreciated. And it makes me want to cry a little bit because it really does take a lot of courage to do the things that you guys do, including, you know, the people that are checking us out at the grocery stores and still being kind. And it's just amazing. You guys are so amazing, and you deserve so much credit. And so I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you, because we wouldn't, you know, be able to handle things as good as we are without you. You are so appreciated and have so much courage. Thank you so much. And let's see, I've got, now see, that made me want to cry. Oh, see how it is. But I also have allergies. Where I live in North Carolina, and the pollen is crazy. So if my eyes are red and that kind of thing, it's like, whoa. So things have been different. Yeah, you know, I do hair here, and so I was trying to talk to my clients about appointments tonight, and I was like, you know, I haven't like put on makeup or done hair or anything like that for quite some time. And so tonight I was just talking about hair and makeup and appointments. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'm already together. Let's do a YouTube. So I talk about narcissistic abuse, which is emotional abuse. And we are coming up on World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, which is June the 1st. If you or someone you love or know has ever been through emotional abuse, this might be one of the channels that you might be able to get some information from. There are several that, I mean, there's lots of them, and they're really good. I do watch other channels, and we're all different and come at it in a different way. I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse, and this will be my 4th year trying to bring awareness. And it's really important for us to bring awareness because so many people don't even know what narcissistic abuse is. And so that's what we people are here to do. We're here to support people who are going through it, because it can feel feel so lonely when you are trying to express something that's happening to you and people don't understand it because they can't see the wounds. And they are deep. They are scars that are happening inside of us. Now, with us being quarantined, I want you guys to know, if you are someone who has been in a narcissistic abusive relationship or a toxic relationship, okay? If you have or are still going through it, being quarantined and going through this stuff can bring up a lot for you. So if you're stuck with someone who abuses you and you can't leave the house, basically, I feel for you, because you're going to go through so many different things with a narcissist during this time, because they're needing to get their supply. So one minute you could be treated really well, and the next minute you could be cussed out. Hopefully you are not in a domestic violence situation. If you are, I urge you to please call 911 and get somewhere safe for yourself. I never think it's good to stay in a domestic violence situation. And so I want to say that if you are in that situation, to please call 911. You know, it is difficult. So here, dealing with a narcissistic person, period, is hard. And to have to be quarantined with them is absolutely atrocious. Now, if you are not in a relationship where you are stuck with somebody in the same household, then, you know, it could be brother, sister, mother, it could be dad, you know, it could be your lover. But if you're not a roommate, if you're not living with them, it still can affect you. So there are triggers that happen, and I don't care where you are on the spectrum in the healing process, triggers can always happen for you. They get less and less, but it doesn't mean that it'll never happen for you. And I just want you to know, it doesn't mean that you're crazy, but it will bring up some anxiety for you. I know for me, I mean, I get triggered sometimes. And when I do, I get a lot of anxiety, and it's almost like, I can't breathe that well, do you know? So that kind of thing will happen. And so I have to breathe through it and try to ground myself. And meditation helps with that. Deep breathing, you know, techniques help with that. Praying helps with that. But it's okay. It's okay to feel these things. It's just, you need to find ways to get through it. And so I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because you might question, like, what's going on with me and why am I feeling this way right now? It's been so long. And if you go to somebody for support who doesn't understand, they may even say to you, what is it with you? Why aren't you over this already? Like, seriously, are you obsessed? Or, you know, they can use verbiage that can re-victimize you. And that's only because they don't understand what narcissistic abuse is and what you've been through, and they don't realize that they're doing that. They're trying to help you in their own way, but what they're doing is they're shaming you. And it's okay to have these feelings. I want you to know that it is okay to have these feelings. And it's just finding techniques to get you through it, and you can, and finding the right support. So if you are someone who's going through that right now, this may be the place for you to let, you know, somebody like me is saying, hey, look, I go through that too, and it's okay. You're not crazy. You just need to, you're having a moment, and you just need to get through it. Listen, there's going to be times that you miss the person that, if you were in a romantic, if you loved this person, then you will miss them. And so, you know, like right now, sorry, I've got allergies so bad. But right now, social media is everybody's outlet to visit with people and to feel like they're connected. And so we see people on social media more than we ever have. And you may see something, even if you've blocked and done all kinds of things, you may see something with your ex or even the person that you're involved with, and you're just not in the same house, and it could trigger you in some way. And it can feel bad. I mean, it can make you feel certain things. You can feel sad. It could make you feel mad. It can make you feel anxious. And then you're questioning yourself, like, why am I feeling this way? You know, just like I said before, where you're going through all the things that you're judging yourself harshly. And I understand that. However, it's not abnormal. It is not abnormal to feel those things. And even if this person was abusive to you, right? So people are like, well, why do you miss somebody that abused you? And it's like hard for those people who do not have awareness to understand. And that's why it's so important for us to share awareness with people. And I love that, you know, there's an actual day for narcissistic abuse. And hopefully, you know, more and more people will gain awareness. And I hope that you will share that awareness for World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. And because if you're here, you need support. And the more people who understand it, the more people can support in this world. And because it can be very isolating. And so, look, you may have gotten over this person and you just got triggered and you're having a moment. Tomorrow's a new day. The next hour's a new hour. Allow yourself to have your feelings. It's okay. They're your feelings and you're allowed to have them. No matter what anybody says, you're allowed to have them. And just try to find techniques to get you through it. And if meditation helps, whatever your thing is, and if you don't have something, just try to find a way. I know that meditation has helped me, breathing exercises, journaling. I try to do something to stay busy, but I will sometimes I will sit and reflect. Journaling is really great with that. You can reflect on your feelings. And, you know, sometimes I'll write about it. I know that recently something like that happened with me, and I was like, wow, this is just so... it just feels so real, and I need to get through it. And so I started to journal, and I thought I might even write a blog post on it. And I just wrote out, you know, these are my feelings. This is how I'm feeling about this situation, this person in this very moment. And you know what? I cared about this person before. You know, and then as I wrote, I mean, there were more feelings that came. I'm really mad at this person because this is where we are today, and this is how it made me feel and how it hurt me. And I worked through, you know, that, and then sadness, and then eventually I just kind of worked through it and moved on. But it's okay to have your feelings. They're your feelings. You don't have to feel shame of any of that. And I want you to know that triggers happen a lot. You could hear a certain song, you can see a picture, you could maybe see a TV show or a movie that you've seen with that person before. Somebody may mention them. And also there's this thing called Hoovers, and they may reach out to you. They may reach out to you through somebody else. And you may want to reach out to them. Being quarantined, we miss people. And we think about the good times. When you've been in a narcissistic relationship, you don't usually sit and think about the bad things. You think about the good things. And we wish that we could go back to that beautiful time where everything was just beautiful with them, right? And when we have too much time on our hands, sometimes we can do that. And you may want to reach out to them. I would encourage you to not do that because it can hurt you. And because if someone really wanted to be with you, they would do the things they needed to do, and they would understand that they'd hurt you, and they wouldn't want to hurt you, and they would do the work that they needed to do to make things better. And so they wouldn't have been gone for so long. I mean, you don't want to open the door for somebody to do the same exact thing to you again. And so be aware that this could happen. And, you know, I'm not going to shame you if you opened the door to say something to someone, but I'm going to let you know that you could get hurt again. And then you have to go through that process of healing that hurt, because they may just be they may feel lonely right now themselves, and they just need narcissistic supply if they are a narcissistic person. So, of course, we all have narcissistic traits, and that doesn't make everybody a narcissist, a narcissistic disordered person. But if you were in a toxic relationship, I would encourage you to try to do whatever you can to just get through it and not to reach out if possible, if you were in that type of relationship, if that person is like that with you. And just know that people like me are thinking about you. I know it's hard right now. I know it is. And it's hard for everybody right now. Nobody is really enjoying, not being able to go out and hang out with their friends and that kind of thing. It's really difficult. I mean, I've tried to make the best of it. I'm not somebody who likes to go out all the time. So it was a little easier on me. And I also am watching, my grandson. So that keeps me busy during the day, even though I'm not allowed to be in my salon right now. So a lot of us are just trying to stay busy in our own ways, but it's still difficult. I miss my friends. And so I just try to find different things to do. I have been talking to people more on the phone, and so that's been really nice. I've even caught up with people I haven't talked to in a really long time that are really special to me as well. But I want you to know that these times can be difficult, and your feelings are okay. It's okay. Just try to live through them, breathe through them, know that it's okay. Don't shame yourself. Don't get mad at yourself for feeling the certain feelings that you do. I would encourage you not to reach out, because it's only going to, when you do that, you're opening the door. A narcissist or a highly narcissistic person knows you really well. And the reason they do is because when you were in that golden period or the idealization phase, everybody calls it something different. In the very beginning, they learned everything they could about you. You told them everything. You felt like they were your soulmate. And so you were very vulnerable, and you may never have been that vulnerable with someone, and then you're kicking yourself later because they will exploit those things. And this is a way that they can do that. And they know that you care about them. They know that you wish things were different. They know you loved them. And it could be that they're just feeling lonely, and they're going to pop in for a little bit, and then when things go back to normal, they don't want to be around you anymore. And that's not okay. That's using someone. So just be aware. Until next time, this is Jennifer. God bless you. Happy Easter.